Good morning everyone, it's Steve here again from Bardsey. We've now been back on the island for 2 weeks and we're starting to settle in and get everything sorted. Sam and George are busy over in the lodge scraping old paint off the wall in the dining room, and there's some sort of fungal growth behind it, so we're having to scrape it. We'll bleach it all down and then repaint that. And we're still going to be getting the lodge ready for when visitors are allowed to come back onto the island. Bird-wise, over the past week, we've had an invasion, a small invasion of titmice, blue tits, great tits and coal tits. Up until early part of last week, the record number of coal tits on Bardsey in spring was only 8. And on a single day last week, we had 17. There was a flock of 10 at Nant and 7 down here at the observatory. And we've been catching quite a few blue tits and great tits. And we caught a blue tit this morning that had been ringed somewhere else in the UK. It's got a British ring on its leg already. So we'll find out from the British Trust for Ornithology fairly soon where that was ringed. What else has been going on? We've had a few wheaters going through. Chiff-chaff numbers are steadily dribbling through. When the wind goes round to the south in a few days' time, we're expecting to get more willow warblers, blackcaps, maybe even the first cuckoo. There's been 1 or 2 swallows, white wagtail, and it's fairly quiet at the moment, but hopefully that will all change once the wind gets out of the north. This northerly wind has made it really cold on the island. It's been very, very chilly. I don't know if you saw the video I did the other day of the sunset, and it was freezing. I was really struggling to hold the camera steady. So yeah, we've been, as I said, just progressing, tidying things up, getting ready. I've been working on the next edition of Bardsey's Wildlife for our members. You will all recognise this. This is last year's Bardsey's Wildlife, the 2018 version, which was delivered in summer 2019. I'm now working on producing the 2019 edition, and just show you, here's my desk. I'm typing away, and there's my my computer. So I'm up to the wader section. There's all the data. If you can see that on my other monitor. So yeah, we're still busy, and we've been asked by a few people, are you going to be able to have some time off because there's no visitors around and people are not allowed in the lodge? Well, in a weird sort of way, we're finding ourselves may end up being busier than normal because we're not able to take our usual volunteers this year because of the COVID outbreak. So people like Jeff Ragg and Richard Layton, who were due to come onto the island today to help with vegetation clearing around the Heligoland trap, they're not going to be able to come. So the Heligoland trap that's in the back garden that we use for catching birds is a big wire mesh funnel trap. All the vegetation around it has got to be cut down so we can actually access it and put new stainless steel wire mesh on it. Because Jeff and Richard can't come and do that, myself, Sam, George and Connor, when he's finished his schoolwork, we're going to have to go and do it. And a lot of the jobs that our volunteers come to the island and help us with, and the interns that we've got lined up for the spring, and hopefully we'll get some of the autumn ones out, but certainly the ones we got lined up in spring won't be able to come. The amount of work that these guys actually put in to the observatory and helping out with a lot of the manual stuff, that's now going to be falling to the 3 paid staff members, myself, Sam and George. We've got a lot of vegetation clearance to do on the side of the hill above the Heligoland trap, where we're putting 24 solar panels later this year, and again the manpower that we got lined up to do that won't be able to come. So some of these tasks may have to get put off until next year, but certainly we're not going to be finding ourselves without things to do through the year. On top of that, we've got all our normal monitoring work to do, the breeding bird census, which George is going to be doing, the Manx Shearwater borough count census, which Sam is going to be doing. We were hoping that we got a team of volunteers lined up to come and help Sam do that around the east side. Looks like we're going to have to change that this year, and we'll have to do
the west side of the mountain instead of the east side. As you can see from the image here, that the east side's quite steep, so Sam would need help around there, so we will have to do the west side.
And Sam will have to get the help that he needs to do that work from myself and George, which is taking me away from doing what I need to be doing at that time of year, which is working on the Bardsey wildlife, and George will have to help Sam in his free time, because George has got a full work programme, so has Sam, and so have I. We're hoping that once Connor's finished his school, Connor may be able to help, even though Connor's not going to be sitting his exams this year. He's still doing his lessons online and still doing some school work. So not all children are exempt from going to school. Connor's still doing his schoolwork. So yeah, that's about everything that's been going on over the past few days. It's a bit grey and not a particularly nice day out there today. Cold. But there's the view from my office window, and hopefully over the next few days the wind's going to swing round to the south. It will hopefully warm up. We'll start getting some summer migrants. So take care everyone, hope you're staying safe, and remember, stay at home. Cheers, bye.